Hello, welcome to part 1 of 20 of rebuilding every single Premier League club. We're going in alphabetical order. This is going to take a long time to complete this series. We're starting with Arsenal, who actually do kind of need a rebuild. This team is kind of on a downfall. They've lost the last couple of games, and honestly, I think they could potentially lose out on the top 4 this season. We'll have to wait and see, but here are the rules for the rebuild and for the entire series. Only one season. I'm not gonna do any longer. Semi-realistic signings. I don't really care that much about realism, but if I'm Man City, I'm not gonna sign like Mbappe and just make it super unrealistic. And I also cannot make it the same signing twice. So that is gonna throw a spanner in the works. Do I sign like Vlahovic, Osimhen to Arsenal? Because I could use them later on for clubs like Chelsea. I'm probably just gonna keep Jesus. I think he's 84 rated. I think that's good enough. Odegaard there as well. Gonna keep the same formation. Just gonna switch this position over to Cam and Jorginho could actually be a really good player here. Gonna get a boost up to an 85 rated once we convert him to that position. Here's how the squad looks. I'm probably gonna look for a new right back. I'm maybe a backup left back. I'm kind of content with Zinchenko. I think he's good, and I'm probably gonna keep him. Maybe buy a backup though, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do. I honestly looked through some of my options. There was honestly no one really that much better than Zinchenko that wasn't gonna cost like over 50 million. I've brought in a backup Karioglu from Fenerbahce. This guy could he looks good. I mean, 78 rated, decent potential. I know this is only one season, but I think he can grow. Maybe it's like an 80, 81 overall by the end of the season. Very good backup option. Really, the only reason I bought him. Not really the most exciting signing, but you never know. If Zinchenko gets injured, he's a great player to step in. Ben White, I'm not as happy with. I think there's a few better options than him. I'm looking to sell him. Honestly, I think he's just better as a center back. But Jorginho goes up to an 85 once we convert him to a center midfielder. That is such a good boost. Now we don't really need to buy a midfielder because he is their very good player. That. But now we have our first chance to win a trophy. This is, um, I don't know, not the most exciting trophy, but we'll see. Can we win it? No, we can't. Now, something I didn't mention before is if we do make a cup final, I will play it. So this cup final doesn't count because I didn't make it. It was automatically a final I was gonna have to play. But if we make it like a Carabao Cup final or FA Cup final, I will play it. And if we do make it like a Champions League final, I will play that as well. So we'll see if we actually end up playing any games today. Hopefully we do, because obviously the whole goal of this whole series is to win as many trophies as possible. First player out, Mohamed El Neni, 3.35 million, out to Brentford. I'm gonna sign a player that's gonna cost a lot. He's by far gonna be my most expensive signing. I don't know. This could be a bad signing. We'll see. He's coming as an option for a right back or a center back position. Jules Koundé, 80 million. I mean, that is crazy amounts of money, but this is only one season. He's 85 rated. Can play center back as well as right back, so that covers two positions we need help in. Honestly, center back, we have two good center backs, and then after that, no one else that's really decent. So having three really good center backs, I think it's gonna really help us. And if we want to win a trophy this season, we just have to boost that defense. Our attack, I think it's good. We just need to get a better back line. I feel like that's a big goal here. But not that much money left now. I'm gonna sim a few games as we lost 9-4 as before. Finally, do win our first Prem game, which is good, obviously. But not that much money to work with. I'm gonna probably go for a swap deal. I think it's gonna be one that could happen in real life. Arsenal, in real life, being a striker, I in this rebuild opted not to go for a main starting striker replacement. I instead went for Santiago Jimenez, who in FIFA is, I feel like he's a bit underrated. I don't know. 80 rated. He's going to be a backup option. I wasn't really happy with Balogun, or sorry, and Kedia. He was too low rated. Santiago Jimenez, very good option off the bench. Good potential, 80 overall already. So, again, in case of an injury, or just really just come off the bench, he is a great use of player. And yeah, we'll just organize the bench here. I might go for a backup right winger in January if we have enough money. I feel that's a position I'm not really happy with Nelson. This squad that's gonna go into the season. How are we doing by January? A couple of really good growth by the whole of the team. It's just really happy with it. But where are we in the Premier League? We are, well, in the FA Cup still, but in the Premier League, we are third. Third. It's, I don't know how to feel about it. 7 points off the top. I don't know if we're gonna win the Premier League. This is probably, I mean, yeah, it's just City or Liverpool is just too good. But we're not doing bad. I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's definitely better than Arsenal in real life. Still in the Carabao Cup, this would be a nice trophy to win. It's not the most exciting trophy, but it would be nice to have a trophy nonetheless. In the Champions League, playing Leipzig in the round 16 is honestly a winnable fixture. And now I looked at my team. I think we need some more backups. And it's again, you might disagree with me here and just say I should just replace the whole starting 11, but I don't know. I feel like if you want to succeed in these cup competitions as well as the Premier League, we need to have a strong second team. And when I saw this guy being really, he was really cheap. I was surprised by how cheap this was, but it is none other than Asensio, former Real Madrid player. He is 83 rated on the bench. Again, that is such a great option. As we end up drawing Port Vale right after that, I think we're just better simming off through the calendar. We don't have any money left. I'm gonna try to sell Ben White, but I don't know. And I don't know if that's gonna happen. But end up drawing to Tottenham. Not all that terrible. That's fine. And end up winning that Port Vale fixture. And we go through against Tottenham 2-0, beating them in the rivalry. And who are we facing in the final? That is the big question. It's either Chelsea or Crystal Palace, if I am correct. 0-0 for them so far. We'll see what happens in that match. As I end up finally selling this guy, accepting so many offers, but finally it goes through to Borussia Dortmund, 37 million, so much more than I expected. I just didn't think he would be that expensive, but I'm signing a much better player here. I'm gonna put Tomiyasu into the deal, but Di Lorenzo, Napoli player, he was really good last year, and he's still really good in real life, in FIFA. 85 rated. This guy would complete our defense. And going to the Carabao Cup final, I'm going to play it. So I want a strong back line. 85 rated, he was, again, really cheap. 26 million plus Tomiyasu. I feel like that's a pretty big steal. And the board thinks so. A rating. This is probably my favorite signing of the video. Never expected to sign such a good player, but he is going to be starting along with Conde. But now, let's see who are going to be playing in the Carabao Cup final. It is Crystal Palace. Chelsea ended up losing. I was for sure expecting Crystal Palace to lose Chelsea. Chelsea ended up losing 2-1. In real life, they just lost to Middlesbrough. And here they are losing to Crystal Palace. That is crazy. And that is I was a bit worried playing the cup final. I thought it was for sure going to be Chelsea. I was a bit worried, but it's just going to be so much easier now. Crystal Palace. And this is the squad going into the game. As you might notice, Kodioglu is starting. Now, why is that? Because Zinchenko got injured. What did I say? There's such a great option for the backup because Zinchenko gets injured, and that's exactly what happens. As here, that is offsides, almost scored straight off the game start. As that's a great tackle. Can we get something off this? And unfortunately, blocked away. Chris Palace still had a few chances in the first half, and that's a pretty good save by Ramsdale. It is a corner kick. It is SA to head it, and we end up getting it. Now, looking for an attack just to start this match off. Jesus, great dribbling as he's going to take shots and out. And is it going to be a penalty? Yellow card? I did not see anything, and we have to probably take a. I don't know what happened there. We're gonna have to take a little replay because I don't know. I don't know where the penalty was. Oh, okay. I'll take it, I guess. But let's see where was the penalty? He just take a shot. I thought it was deflected. Never mind. He was just taken down. I mean, let's look at this. I guess it is a penalty. He does trip him, and Saka is gonna take it. Great penalty, and that is 1-0 to Arsenal. What did you expect? I mean, Crystal Palace, congrats to them making this far, but Arsenal, I mean, our team, 90 rated Saka at this point, 90 rated Odegaard. It's just too good. It's way too good in the attack. As another great player, Declan Rice, he is not sure what his rating is, but another player that he's so good at this point in stage. Our team has been growing amazingly. It is really wonderful to see as we're going to make a few substitutions to close this game off. Can we do it? Crossing it in. It is Gabriel, and it is a 3-0. That pretty much confirms it. That is a great header from the corner. And another corner here. Havertz blocked. It's a shot. What a shot that is. Havertz, he actually does it. And that tackle is going to end it off. 4-0, our first trophy of the series. I didn't really talk about the series that much, but like I said, this is going to be a 20-part series, 20 rebuilds, and this is only the first of them. And our first trophy, hopefully of many. I'll let you, I guess, just watch this cutscenes. I show this every single time, but why not? It is quite cool. I sped that up a little bit because we're probably gonna win a lot of those trophies. Carabao Cups. Let's check out where we have finished in the league. I mean, top 4 would be nice. Crystal Palace 8th, Man City 5th. We're finished in 2nd. That is, I mean, what happens to Man City? They just dropped off, but that's a good season. I mean, or 7 points off the top. It's a pretty far ways off, but we lost the least amount of games, only 4. Just drew too much. Obviously lost the Community Shield. Crystal Palace made the FA Cup final too. That is really. I mean, they were so close to winning one of the trophies. That would have been interesting. But we actually ended up making the semifinals of the Champions League, lost to PSG. So honestly, we were only a couple of games from winning more than one trophy. We did really good. Second in the Prem semifinals of the Champions League. It was really good. But I feel like had we had a better striker, we could have maybe won it, maybe even won a treble. I don't know, because Saka was our top goal scorer. Jesus only 14. Yeah, a little bit disappointing. We go down the line. Given as he was a good signing, 7 goals in limited game time, so I think it was a good signing. Jorginho, really proud of him. I mean, that is some great stats, and he was our top assister. Let's look at how it compares to the rest of the league. Second and seventh. Yeah, I just didn't score that much, honestly. I don't know. Again, I didn't want to make those Ozyman Vlahovic signings this early on in the series, but maybe I should have done it because Jesus could not score at all. This is our, I guess, like bootleg trophy cabinet so far. One trophy so far, one of many to come. Because, like I said, once a week for the next, 20 weeks, I will upload a rebuild going in alphabetical order. I think it's Aston Villa next, so that's coming up next. This is how the starting 11 looks at the end of the rebuild. Kadioglu starts. This is just such a great team. Lots of growth. Yeah, a really fun rebuild. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, subscribe.